If I found the love of my life, I wouldn't stand there like an idiot, whispering in a garden. I would just grab her from that blasted balcony and be done with it.
Do you believe in destiny?
Do you?
I think it's destiny that I'm here right now.
We continued our journey to find true love, but we found that no one ever answered the doors we knocked on. Just as we hesitated, we unexpectedly met a local who offered to guide us. He claimed he knew where Lorenzo was. I thought the story was finally about to end happily. But what greeted us was just a quietly standing tombstone. At that moment, John felt his chest tighten sharply. This was the ending he feared most.
By the way, we're finished.
No, not here.
How many more times would you have her lose him? You know what? I don't expect you to understand any of this because you don't know a thing about real loss.
His words cut me deeply. I didn't argue anymore. I just quietly stepped aside. Amid the low mood, Claire gently comforted John. Even though his parents died in a car accident, that selfless love had always left its mark on him. But I was completely different. My mother wasn't there since I was little. I never had a trace of love, and John's words hit exactly the part of me I least wanted to touch. When Claire knocked and entered the room, I pretended to stay calm. She gently wiped the tears from my face. She didn't say much. She just slowly brushed my messy hair. The next morning, I walked out as if nothing happened. John came up to me. His eyes had lost their stubbornness and pride. Instead, there was calmness and apology. I just smiled slightly. I never really blamed John. I calmly accepted his apology. Claire sincerely thanked me for all my effort and company along the way. Even if we were strangers passing by, this friendship was enough for her to remember forever. The late night wind brushed the grass. John lay alone in the yard. I walked over slowly. Without much thought, I lay down beside him. We watched the night sky side by side. John reflected on his grandmother's persistence. Maybe this searching wasn't stubbornness. It was love that made them unwilling to let go. Then John turned to me. Our eyes met, filled with tenderness. We slowly leaned toward each other. But I got up rationally soon after. I left alone. The next morning, we set out again. This time, Claire sat in the back on purpose, leaving the passenger seat for me. The music in the car played a flirty song. The atmosphere became awkward and tense. I thought this journey would quietly end in regret, but passing a vineyard, a boy trimming vines caught Claire's attention. She excitedly told John to stop. When Claire walked up to him, she was sure this was Lorenzo. After asking, the boy really was called Lorenzo. A middle-aged man came over. He claimed to be the boy's father, also named Lorenzo. John suddenly realized maybe the Lorenzo we'd been searching for was the boy's grandfather. The grandfather was inspecting another vineyard. He'd be back soon. But at this critical moment of reunion,
Well, then let's go before he comes back.
Nana, we've come all this way.
He knew me when I was 15 years old, a girl.
Claire lost her fearless courage, even though everything was within reach. She didn't know how to face a long-sealed love. Then that familiar figure appeared in the vine rows. When our eyes met, that love, stranded by time, reappeared in the sunset glow. 50 years of waiting finally became this long-awaited reunion and relief. Lorenzo warmly invited us to a family dinner. Claire chatted with them kindly. Lorenzo watched it all.
You have told me you lost your Jack. And you know I lost my Rose. But destiny wanted us to meet again.
Words unsaid all these years. Finally, quietly completed today. Who would have thought? Two people who lost spouses would reunite in old age like before. This encounter felt like fate's delayed gift, but even the deepest bonds couldn't stop reality. I had to return to my own life. John apologized with his heart to me. I understood the feelings had crossed the line. John knew. This goodbye would likely be forever. I gathered my scattered thoughts, walked to Claire, forced a smile, said goodbye to her.
So where's Charlie? We'll give you a drive there straight away.
No, I'm, Claire, I can't take you away from this place, so...
My son can drive.
My car drove away. John's heart scattered with the dust under the wheels. Claire walked beside him to comfort him.
How many Sophies do you think there are on this planet? Don't wait 50 years like I did. Go. Go.
John finally found courage again. He went downstairs to her, but reality didn't favor him. As he approached with hope, he saw me with my fiancé on the balcony. This scene pierced John's heart. Not long after he left, my fiancé took a work call, said a few words, then left in a rush. I was used to scenes like this, but luckily, my Juliet manuscript impressed the editor. He decided to publish it immediately. I was thrilled. I first went to share the news with my fiancé. He just replied casually. I finally understood. The relationship I tried to maintain had already felt like strangers. Soon after, an unexpected letter arrived. I opened it. It was Claire and Lorenzo's wedding invitation, and the love that had slept for half a century. At the same time, an elderly couple walked hand in hand slowly. Their unspoken understanding felt like the softest answer from time. Memories from the journey came back to me. I woke up like from a dream. I finally decided to break up with my fiancé. All these years, I'd been lonely in a stable-looking relationship. Instead of staying in a love with no response, I would find someone who resonated with my soul. I dressed carefully for Claire's wedding. My eyes searched for familiar faces. The reunion filled us with joy, but unexpectedly, a woman appeared beside John. I awkwardly looked down, then said goodbye to John. The wedding was warm and solemn, to soft piano music. Claire walked elegantly in white, deeply affectionate, and I was the one completing this wedding. Claire took out the Juliet reply.
You need only the courage to follow your heart, then it's never too late.
My letter moved everyone there, but as the romantic notes played, bitterness spread in me. I turned away from a romance that wasn't mine. John rushed out after me. On the balcony, he saw me. I choked out. I had broken up with my ex, but it was already too late.
Clearly too late.
Patricia's my cousin. She's my cousin. More importantly, there's only one Sophie.
It was like a real-life Romeo and Juliet. John took off his coat, tried to climb the balcony.
He showed with action if true love appears. He won't just look from below. He would take me in his arms. John finally acted, making up for his grandmother's past courage and letting the story delayed by time have a new chapter for the young. Love was never a momentary spark.
But a steady gaze repeated over time.